At 63, she lost everything, but what she did next shocked her town. What would you do if your husband passed away suddenly? Your only son was already gone. Your income was not enough to survive, and you were 63 years old with no job experience? Would you give up? Or would you find a new way to live? Mike was 67 years old. He lived in a small town in Texas. He worked as a cashier at a nearby restaurant. Most customers knew him. He always said, "Yes, ma'am," and "Have a blessed day." Before that, he was a school teacher in Texas for many years. After retirement, he received a government pension of about $1,300 per month. His wife, Sophia, was 63. She had been a housewife her whole life. She never worked outside. She took care of the home, cooked meals, and loved her family deeply. But their life was not always peaceful. 20 years ago, their only son, Tim, died in a school accident. He was just a young boy. One normal morning, he left for school. He never came back. That day broke Mike and Sophia. No parent should bury their child. The laughter was gone. The dinner table felt too big, but they stayed strong for each other. They chose to live quietly. Just the two of them. Years passed. They lived a simple life, paid their bills, went to church on Sundays. Mike worked part-time to stay busy. Sophia cooked, cleaned, and sometimes looked at Tim's old photos. Then, one early morning, everything changed again. Mike complained of chest pain while sleeping. Before Sophia could even understand what was happening, he had a heart attack. He did not survive. Just like that, Sophia was alone. No husband, no son, just silence. She felt angry at life. "Why us?" she whispered. "Didn't we suffer enough?" Her pension was only $900 per month. Mortgage payments, groceries, electricity, medicine, everything felt heavy. She had never earned money before. She did not know where to start. Days turned into weeks. She stopped cooking big meals. She barely spoke. Sometimes she would sit in the living room for hours, staring at nothing. Loneliness became louder than any noise. Her health also started getting worse. Stress, sleepless nights, headaches. One afternoon, her neighbor, Mrs. Carroll, knocked on the door. "Sophia, honey, you can't sit inside like this forever," she said gently. Sophia forced a small smile. "I'm too old to start over." Carol shook her head. "Who told you that?" she continued. "You make the best Texas-style cornbread and chicken stew I've ever tasted. Why don't you start a YouTube channel?" Sophia almost laughed. "YouTube? At my age?" "Yes, people love home cooking, real cooking, not fancy stuff, just real American comfort food." That night, Sophia thought about it. She remembered how Mike always praised her cooking. She remembered Tim licking the spoon when she baked cookies. Maybe, just maybe, this was a way to keep their memories alive. The next week, Carol helped her set up a simple YouTube channel. No big camera, just a phone, no fancy editing, just real kitchen sounds. Sophia started uploading 4 cooking videos every week. Biscuits and gravy, chicken pot pie, peach cobbler, homemade chili. At first, very few people watched. 10 views, 25 views, sometimes only 7 views. She felt frustrated. "Maybe I'm wasting my time," she said one evening. But then she remembered the hospital room, the silence, the pain. She told herself, "I survived worse than low views." So she kept going. After 3 months and around 35 videos uploaded, something unexpected happened. One of her videos, old-fashioned Texas chicken and dumplings, suddenly went viral. Thousands of views. Then tens of thousands. People commented, This reminds me of my grandma. Thank you for keeping real cooking alive. You feel like family, Sophia cried while reading those comments. For the first time in years, her kitchen felt warm again. Within 6 months, her channel was monetized. Her first YouTube payment came after 7 months, $60. It was not a lot, but to her, it meant hope. 1 year later, her channel grew even bigger. She was earning between $1,500 to $2,500 per month without leaving her home. She paid her mortgage on time. She bought better groceries. She even donated to a local school in Tim's memory. Most importantly, she was no longer lonely. Her anger turned into purpose. Her pain turned into passion. Her kitchen became her healing place. At 63, she did not start a new job. She started a new life. If you think it's too late to start, remember Sophia. She was 63, alone, heartbroken, almost broke, but she didn't quit. Pain can break you, or it can build you. Loss can destroy you, or it can give you purpose. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't say I'm too old. Don't let fear decide your future. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Start today. And if this story touched your heart, if you believe age is just a number, subscribe to this channel, because here we share real stories, real struggles, real comebacks. Your next chapter might be one decision away.